Hey, Sammy, I'm gonna need to borrow those double D batteries.
Now that wonderful clip was from a fantastic new web series entitled Gay Nerds, of which we were lucky enough to catch up with the casting crew at Hairy Tarantula in downtown Toronto. But allow me to first welcome you back to the Canadian Nerd Show, now brought to you by our amazing sponsors over at Han Solo Records, your Canadian source for the best in both nerdcore and underground hip-hop, as well as superpowercollectibles.com, your Canadian source for toys, comics, collectibles, and more. So Gay Nerds is an awesome new comedy web series which can be found at gaynerds.tv. And this show basically focuses on really nerdy themes, topics, and stories, and spoofs them in really queerified ways, which are super, super hilarious. However, rather than my rambling on about it, how about we catch up with creator JP Larocque at Hairy Tarantula Comics in downtown Toronto. Can you tell us a little bit more about the premise of the show and what brought you to create the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I am a gay nerd. That's probably the big seed for the project. But the show itself is about a group of gay nerds, like 3 friends primarily, but there are a few other characters. And they fall into kind of various kind of funny comedic situations, always queer, but that are parodies of like popular films and television shows. We do specifically geeky film and television shows, but it can range. Like, I think one of our minisodes, we spoofed Breakfast Club, Silence of the Lambs. So really, if it's campy and if it has a following, we'll do it. Awesome. So yeah.
So the stories are pretty unique interpretations of some pretty classic nerd stories. What drives you to choose certain stories above and beyond others, and sort of where do you get your inspiration from?
It can come down to kind of 3 things, and I think one of them is if a joke comes to me and I'm like, oh, that would be kind of a really fun joke to tell. Usually, sometimes a story will spring from that. Okay. Sometimes it's about things that have happened to friends of mine, and sometimes, most often, it's things that have happened to me, which I think is kind of telling. It's very telling, actually. If you want to dig, you can. But yeah, I would say those are kind of the 3 key elements that inform the episodes themselves. And also, too, if we're spoofing a particular film or a particular television show, if there's an element to it that I feel like has a queer dimension. Like I always thought to myself, like, would it be really funny when you talk about an ex being kind of monstrous, right? Like as a T-Rex, if you were not to move, would they not notice you? Like things like that, just like moments that will then spin off into something bigger. So yeah.
Okay, and so the characters seem to mesh pretty well. Like they've got a good history. Are they based on anybody you know, or perhaps events in your own life?
I do. I will definitely say that there is inspiration from people in my life, some friends. Although I think to a certain degree, especially Ralph and Sammy, they are elements of my own personality. I do see that. There's like Sammy can be very caustic and sarcastic and funny and loves the limelight, and that can be me if you get me on the right Saturday. Then there's also the very awkward, very shy, very reserved part of myself, and that's Ralphie. So I think that's there. And Lana tends to be. We're going to explore her more in season 2, but she is a character who has also elements of nerdiness it's a very playful side that I think also, reminds me of a very particular friend, but also myself.
Great. What can new viewers expect of the new season of Gay Nerds? And then also, what can old viewers expect that's new from the new season?
Ooh, that was an interesting question. Well, I will say that the sensibilities will continue to be the same. So again, we're going to continue to kind of take kind of pop culture elements and then put a queer spin on them. So that's going to continue to be the same. I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that we're going to be tackling zombies this season. So that's something that we're going to be doing, and then also the penis lightsabers, which are our logo. I will only say that there will finally be a reason for those being our logo.
Fantastic. And lastly, what are you nerding out on in your personal life and in your spare time?
What am I not nerding out on? Everything is a potential room for nerdery. I've been recent. I was a late convert to the Marvel cinematic universe. And so I saw Iron Man 3, which I really, really loved. And then I am excited for Thor, which I never thought I'd ever say, because I always thought I would be excited for Captain America. Yeah. And then because I just think Chris Evans is really adorable, and then was really bored by that movie, but then I really enjoyed the first Thor. So I'm excited for that. I'm a late convert for Game of Thrones, so I've been getting that, but don't spoil. I know something really big just happened on the show, and I don't know spoilers. So there's that, and I've also I'm a big comedies fan. So Arrested Development season 4, I'm midway through, and I know that the internet has been kind of weird about it, but I actually really enjoy it. I thought it's been quite funny. I love having that cast together. I love that writing, so it's so smart. Yeah, I mean, I guess those are kind of the key things that I've been nerding out most recently.
All right, also, that was JP Larocque, the man and the mind behind GayNerds.tv. However, now let's catch up with Robert Keller, who plays Ralphie on the show Gay Nerds TV, to find out a little bit more about the character and the show. So with a background in acting as well as stand-up comedy, this is quite obviously perfectly suited to you. What brought you to it, and what do you like about it?
Well, the way it all came about was JP and I met. JP Larocque is the creator, writer, director of the web series. He and I met at the Toronto Sketch Festival in 2011. I was part of a sketch troupe at the time called the Queer Comedy Collective. I worked with them for about a year, and we were selected for the Sketch Fest, and we did a show. And I guess JP knew someone who knew someone in the group, or anyway, he was there for the show. And so after the show, he came up to me and he said, you're really funny, which of course is true. And he's like, let's keep in touch. And so we did. And about 2 months later, someone get that man a handkerchief. About 2 months later, he contacted me. He said, I've written this web series. I'd love for you to be a part of it. If you're interested, let me know. And I said, well, can you send me the script? Because, there's a lot of, I didn't know JP at the time at all. I'd never seen any of his work. So I said, can you send me the script? And oftentimes people will say, oh, I can't share the script, whatever. But JP was like, absolutely. So he sent me the script, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was funny. It was original. It was exactly the kind of thing I want to work on. It's sort of, to me, it's like a cross between Queer as Folk and 30 Rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has that sensibility of 30 Rock and sort of absurdity. And so I said, yeah, I'd love to be a part of it. So that spring we got started.
So you play the character Ralphie on Gay Nerds. Can you tell us more about the character and perhaps some of your favorite aspects of the character?
Sure. Ralph Stanton is actually very close to me. And I think as the series has evolved, he's become more and more like me, because JP, the writer, and I have become closer as friends and collaborated more. And I think he's sort of adapted the character to fit me more and more. Well, you'll have to ask him. But I guess so what I can say about Ralph is that he's definitely an underdog. He's the guy that you're rooting for because he's always messing things up, and he's kind of a loser, but in a lovable way. And he's just like everyone, struggling with all the other things in life, trying to get laid once in a while, maintain his friendships, and he's had a little bit of bad luck in love, and so he's somebody who has sort of an untapped talent for writing, which hopefully as the series evolves, maybe he'll get a chance to explore more.
What are you nerding out on right now at home?
Well, I don't know if this counts, because like when I was in high school, I did a lot of really nerdy things. I loved comic books and superheroes and stuff. Like lately, my tastes have veered more towards like Mad Men. Does that count as nerding out? Because I'm obsessed with Mad Men. Yeah, so I'm definitely I'm nerding out on Mad Men because I literally, when I'm not watching it, I'm thinking about it and I'm posting about it and writing people messages about it, and I just think it's such a cool show, and I love the costumes and the hair and the styles and the music, and I'm obsessed with it.
Awesome. That is definitely nerding out. Isn't it awesome that they are such nerds as well? Anyways, how about we now catch up with Ryan Kerr, who plays Sam on Gay Nerds TV, to find out a little bit more about his character as well as the show. All right, so your description describes you as seeking the limelight. How's that working out for you?
You mean as Sammy seeking the limelight, or as Ryan seeking the limelight?
How about either and or?
Ooh. Wait, I just combined two questions.
Oh, yeah.
It's well, Sammy kind of does all these in-your-face things, and they're definitely adventure-seeking, but I don't know that, or attention-seeking, but I don't know that it's because he wants attention so much as he thinks that he deserves attention because he does. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then as Ryan, I like attention. I do enjoy. I actually perform. I'm an actor and I'm a singer, and I'm a writer. So I do a lot of things, and I feel a lot of attention even when I walk down the street because I know a lot of people and I smile at them and they smile at me, and so it's nice. But then I go home to my bachelor apartment and I close the door, and I need to recharge sometimes after that.
Okay, fair enough. And so you play the character Sammy.
Yeah.
What would you say of his different traits you relate to most?
Sammy and I both love music theater. We both love getting rises out of people. Sammy is a little bit less delicate than Ryan is in terms of just saying really inflammatory statements and trying to be as in your face as possible. Whereas Ryan, as he matures, is a little bit less likely to call you a dirty word. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy every once in a while, seeing people respond to some crazy situations or things.
And from your first season, what is your favorite episode, and which one would you recommend to our viewers, and why?
Well, of course, I like all the episodes. The first episode is awesome because it's the first episode, and it really sets the series up nicely, and I think it's really fun. But my favorite is the third episode because we're only 3 episodes in, but there's already a lot of character development. Plus, I'm wearing a t-shirt that I designed and made at the very last scene, so I like that.
Lastly, what are you nerding out on right now at home or in your spare time?
So I'm a closet rock collector, although as you sort of grow out of picking up stones from the beach, you start telling people that you're not collecting rocks, but you're investing, in gemstones or minerals. Ooh. So I have some really exciting rocks and minerals, and I just recently... I was dating someone for a little while, and things were a little bit uncertain about the rock collection, so it had to go away in a box. It was not going to go away. Okay. But recently, now that I'm no longer dating that person, I have unpacked things, and I have this really cool, it's a ball that's made out of Herkimer diamond. Okay. And then, so the matrix of the Herkimer diamond is very, very hard, and it's this opaque kind of brown, you're laughing at me because you think I'm nerdy. Well, whatever. Anyway, so the ball is this really hard opaque thing, and then there's this little a little geode, and in it is this little crystal, and it's like, hello. And for me, it's this metaphor, about how something hard and maybe ugly to the naked eye is, has something special hidden inside. It's literally a diamond in the rough because they're Herkimer diamonds from Herkimer, New York. Anyway, I like rocks.
Awesome. Well, that is definitely nerding out. Well, that has been Ryan Kerr as Sammy from Gay Nerds. Make sure to check it out. And yeah. All right, all. Well, that's it for the cast and crew of Gay Nerds. However, before we close the book on gaynerds.tv, let's jump in and check out a 30-second excerpt to give you guys an idea of what the show's all about.
Oh, God. 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 Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn off your fucking phone. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Should we respond to that?
Maybe he'll go away.
Guys, it's me.
Ralphie? Oh, my God.
We thought you dead!
All right, guys. Well, there we have it. That is Gay Nerds in a nutshell. To check out and find out more about their hilarious program, please go to gaynerds.tv to check them out, and then you can leave your thank yous in the comments below. Anyways, we certainly hope that you enjoyed this episode, and we would also like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the Canadian Nerd channel to stay abreast of new Canadian nerd shows, new CCN reports, and all the awesome stuff that we have going on in the pipeline. Additionally, to find us outside of the YouTube sphere, you can absolutely do that by finding us right here on Twitter, as well as right here on Facebook, and we'd love to hear from you, so please make sure to drop us a line. And finally, until the next episode, peace, take care, à la prochaine, mes amis. Click on them, you don't want to be left out.